Greetings gamers everywhere, I'm Swip92 and I'm here with the Astrigos Curse of the Stars demo, made available during the Steam Next Fest, which is going on right now. There are hundreds of demos to try out if you like, and well, why not? They're free. And we don't know how long these demos will be available, so I would say go in now. Do it now. I think I downloaded about 20 demos, about 100 gig. So yeah, I got a lot to go through. But this one was on the top of my list because this has been a game that I've been looking forward to, or at least I was looking forward to it. But after playing the demo, I would have to say wow. Because when I first learned about this game, I was excited. I was really excited about the game. But then I heard it was a Souls-like, and I just was disappointed. And it was a letdown for me because I felt it was too much to ask for a third-person action game that isn't Souls-like. But here we are. Anyway, after trying the demo now, I'm happy. I'm very pleased to say that I'm happy. The game isn't Souls-like difficult. It has more in common with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I would say, because the game isn't difficult as a Souls-like or a Souls game. It does share elements with the genre, like the bonfire type respawn location that also brings back all the enemies and heals you if you rest at these locations. The combat is still somewhat tactical, but stamina only decreases from blocking and dodging. Dodging, not attacking with your weapons. So there's that as well. The game also lets you choose your difficulty, so yeah. There's story, adventure, and then the hardest difficulty. So yeah, there is a difficulty setting, so this is not the traditional Souls-like. I would even hesitate to call it a Souls-like after trying the demo. But let's get into the more of the game. Let's get into the meat of the game, which I'm probably guessing you want to hear most about, which is of course combat. And to me, combat is really good. This controls are really solid. I love the controls. They're very fluid. It responds very quickly to changes and dodging and all of that. So yeah, that was really nice to see. The good weapons. The variety isn't big. Only 6 weapons, at least in demo. So yeah, not much there, but they all felt very differently. And I myself prefer the sword and shield and spear combo, I would say. Because I do like the spear because it has reach and a little bit of an area effect. AoE attack if you happen to dodge or sprint an attack with that weapon. The sword and shield is good for both fast attacks and of course blocking. The enemies were good, they did what they were supposed to do, but the AI was somewhat simplistic with them, but they did their job and they did it well. Bosses seem to have a little bit of a more different AI, they don't attack just head on like the other enemies seems to do. And they were a bit slow, I feel, sometimes. And they often missed their strikes for some reason. At least the smaller enemies that I fought at the start did. So I'm not sure if I moved. If you move slightly, they seem to miss, or something like that. I'm not sure. At least they did their job, and I think the animations and the variety of enemies that I have found so far, only in the demo, was quite good. I like the design and the animations for them. And in the demo I did fight 3 bosses, one of which was a optional boss, which I found while roaming around looking. And they're very different from one another, but generally the same kind of tactics. Well, I used generally the same tactics. I tried to keep my distance, learn their moves and their tells, and then I killed them. Well, honestly, I did die from one of the bosses, but yeah. Only once, and it was the third boss. The optional one and the first story boss was not too bad. I killed them on the first try. And you also have 4 abilities which you can use against all enemies, but they seem to be weapon specific. Like they have an icon that represents what kind of weapon will be used when you use the ability. But you don't seem to need to have that weapon equipped. Like for instance, I use the spear and sword and shield combo, but I could use the hammer ability, which sent enemies up into the air, or up and away into the air. Not a bad ability, but I didn't experiment too much with the abilities, even though I had the option to do that. You gained 6 abilities, I believe it was, or something like that, but I do feel like the abilities are nice, and there are also a lot more to unlock in that tree. And you can also, of course, customize this to your liking. Now, Talens, that was a bit of a disappointment. They were very basic and underwhelming. Not sure how it looks in the complete game, of course, but in demo it was quite boring to see. It felt very lackluster. Same with attributes, only 3 different ones to choose from. Basically attack, stamina, no, sorry, attack, health, and I believe it was spell power, or whatever you want to call it. Not sure about could be stamina as well now when I think about it. Anyway, mana is quite simple in this. You seem to have only 100 mana. I'm not sure about that one, but I have a bar and it said 100, and then you can make it, you can do so that it increases faster. You can drink a potion and it fills up, but generally it was very simple and felt a bit limiting. I don't know how much of an RPG this game is, but it felt a bit lackluster in the attributes and talent customization, at least in the demo. The full game might be very different. Now the demo was about 50 minutes long, depending on how much you roam around and you search for things and how well you do against the bosses. Now it ended with a boss who were relatively simple at first, but then he decided to ditch the shield, which he did throw in my face, and then he started shooting lightning from his fingers. So yes, fun all around. I did a poorly timed ability attack there in that fight, which resulted in my death. So that was my bad, totally. I didn't run into any bugs in this short little demo, I can't say that, and I didn't see any glitches or anything like that. Everything flowed very well, cutscenes were nice, but I'm not sure that the protagonist actually has a mouth that moves when she talks. Though the protagonist is voiced, so that's a nice detail. I do like a voiced protagonist. I like it very much. But anyway, as for the last boss, I died, came back, fought him and killed him the second time. So that wasn't too bad. But I did like the level of difficulty I had. I played on adventure, so about medium difficulty, I'd say, or something like that. So no, for those who like the more... I hate to use the word casual, but I guess I use the word casual now, but more casual kind of game than a Souls-like. Yeah, this is a good game. This seems to be a good game. It's coming out on the 11th of October, so in about 3 days. There are a few different editions of the game, and there's also a DLC scheduled for 2023. So I'll be definitely keeping my eye on this one. I could even persuade myself to pre-order it. It's on Steam, of course, and I'm not sure if it's on any other console, but yeah. That that's all I can say for this game. Yeah. I've been Swip92, have a great life, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye!